You heard it, we heard it, the whole world is up in its business about one of the most talked about shows of the year. Everyone knows the Squid Game out on Netflix right now, but if you have not heard about it, don't worry. You can skip this entire podcast if you don't want spoilers. But if you want spoilers, let's get involved. Let's talk about, would we survive the Squid Games? Welcome back to the Table Talk Podcast.
Calamari, jangan lari.
Okay.
Did you get jangan lari from the calamari, guys? Don't run from the sotong. Let's go. Oh boy,
that's pretty good. That's very good. We're back.
Okay.
It's your boys, all three of us, Bing Han, Ming Yu, and Jeremy, back at it again with the new podcast for a new week. Welcome back to the Table Talk episode.
Welcome.
Boys, it's October.
Huh?
Oh my goodness. You all wake up? Because wake me up. Where's September?
I couldn't go to sleep.
Be up.
That's assuming people in this industry actually sleep, So
I haven't been sleeping. New World and
priorities.
Priorities.
We are in the 10th month of 2021. I won't say it's a surprise that we're still where we are, but hey, I'm glad that we are ever so close to opening up inter-district travel and international travel. Ooh, that's a topic to talk about
88%.
88%. 88 rising. That's what we call it, It's literally 88 and rising. Oh my goodness.
Wow, that's
pretty good.
I don't know what to say, but that was great. Props
Thank
to
you.
that.
Thank you.
Yep.
Okay.
Thank you so much for sharing your embarrassing stories with us. We had a crack time last week. If you guys have not watched that podcast,
that was
please, you know what? Here's a sneak preview of that podcast. We were in Jeonju and we were about to retire for the night. We shot a really late sequence, and the only thing that was open still was this convenience store. So we all went into the convenience store, got some food and stuff.
Oh shit!
And
yes.
There was a lot of us. There was most of the people in that store was from the team, were Malaysians, right? And so we were all lining up to pay for food. And Desmond and I were just hanging out near the cashier, waiting for Brian and Caleb and Adele and Koyit to kind of pay lah. So then when we were all waiting, right, we started squeezing each other's butt, me and Desmond and me and Desmond were kind of touch each other's butt. Desmond turned to Caleb, who was lining up, right? And Desmond squeezed his butt real hard, really just real hard. And he said so loud, beep. Okay, so he said beep, and then after that we laughed so hard. So Desmond looked away, and then Desmond looked away, and he saw Caleb walking towards us at the cashier, and we were like, hold up.
Yes,
Very slowly, Desmond and I looked back at the person we squeezed. And he was this old Korean uncle. Oh no. He had no expression on his face. He just Desmond smiled and just walked away. Wow, I just like how I made Ryan put that in. Thanks, Ryan. You just put in the teaser, it's fine.
That's ridiculous.
But you know what's great? We said and you guys delivered, so we're gonna deliver again. You share some of your stories with us. We're gonna read out for all of y'all to hear. Ming Han, myself, and Jeremy. We're gonna read. There are a couple of highlight stories. Ming Han, you want to take the first one? This is some mad stuff, man.
You guys actually shared it. Yeah, you guys actually shared your embarrassing stuff. So first one. Since you didn't answer...
Wait, let's not read their names.
Okay. Yeah, I was going to say...
Okay.
Yeah, sorry.
Since you didn't say anything, we're just going to say anonymous person 1, okay?
Should we?
Yes.
We don't read their names, but we put their usernames on the YouTube video, right?
No. We just story number 1, and then we'll
story
read
number 1. Story number 1. Okay.
Yeah, correct.
Story number 1 is a lady. She accidentally went to the gents' bathroom and only realized after she heard a man's voice. Okay, we've all been there. We've all been there.
Yeah. Yes.
Not too bad.
Yes.
I mean, I've entered the women's bathroom unintentionally many times.
Right.
But I think I'll just stop there.
Wait, do you hate it? Do you hate it when you go to some fancy place or like some
Right.
some restaurant or place where it has very obscure like men and women.
And then it's like
symbols,
one
and then you're
single line, but you're like,
wait, 这个是什么?
is that a
What is
skirt or a
this?
bird? You know?
You see, we're from the Asian conservative cultures, right? The last time we went to the States, right, there's like ambiguous bathroom somewhere, you know. Like it's just together.
And
then
they get really fancy. Yeah.
And then like how? Where do we go? You know? Yeah, where do we go? But hey.
So many questions, so little time because you're holding it in. You know?
Next one. Next story.
Next one, Jeremy,
story.
hit us up with the next one.
Okay. When I was
This is
an
crazy.
intern,
This is
and my supervisor just returned from maternity leave, I made small talk and asked her, "How is the kid?" She replied, "Oh no, what? Oh no, one told you that I had a miscarriage. Did no one tell you that I had a miscarriage?
Oh my!
I wanted to crawl into a hole and stay there till the second coming of Jesus."
That's crazy.
Oh shoot, that's really bad.
Oh.
I know we shouldn't be laughing, but
how would she have known, right?
no one told her. No
It's
one
not your
told her.
fault, It's not your fault.
Yeah, you're just
Unless
trying to
there
be
was
a nice
newsletter.
person. Yeah, you're just trying to say, "How are you?" You're caring.
The great thing is, she's an
please.
intern, so she'll never have to stay there permanently.
Guess she already. Yeah,
correct,
guess she knows where to go.
Then, yep.
Oh my
Exactly.
god!
Out
God.
of that company. She's not gonna stay there anymore.
Oh no! Next story, please. Next, please. Mingyu, what's the next
Mingyu.
one?
I don't really get this one. So someone ordered chai at Indian takeout, right? Cashier asked how much sugar. He answered 50%.
It's
Alright, well,
like,
Is it?
normally they don't use that values. Like,
Yeah,
it's
they
kurang
always say
manis.
Kurang manis. But then this
tambah
fella with
manis.
the boba
This one is
mindset was like,
50%. They're like,
Oh,
how I measure.
Because
They
he's
don't
at the
have the
mama,
machine.
right? And the mama is like, what's 50%?
50%, 50%
Okay.
sugar, extra bubble, tak
see.
mau ice.
I see. It's okay. It's not
It's not
bad.
okay.
embarrassing.
It's not that bad.
It's okay. It's okay.
It's
I
not
think it's
that
more embarrassing when they say terima kasih, enjoy your food. Then it's like you too. Then you just look at the person. Shit. There's one more
Okay.
story, and this
Okay.
one
Okay.
apparently
What's
Jeremy
this, Jeremy?
fella
Yeah.
himself.
This is the golden story that I
no.
read, and I was
Okay,
like,
let's
you
hear
guys
it,
need
let's
to
hear it.
listen.
Okay,
All
let's
right?
listen to
So this person, before that, she's a big fan of the podcast. It's a she, okay? She's a big fan. All right, she says, once I had to
Before this,
attend...
so she stopped.
No, wait.
Not
She,
a fan anymore.
no, she's still a fan.
She's still.
She said, once I had to attend an online lecture on Zoom.
Okay.
So I entered the conference call early, and she happened to be at her office because she's doing masters or something like that. I'll read that in a bit.
Like
But
a
basically-
postgraduate program, yeah.
Yeah, postgraduate. So she was talking casually until the class started. So the new lecturer appeared on the screen, and first day of class, excited.
Okay.
And then my colleagues is beside me. So being a funny friend, she was like, "Oh my god, my lecturer looks like an old grandpa," and started laughing. But then the colleague couldn't hear her properly, and she repeated herself twice.
Oh no.
When I put down on my Bluetooth mic, I heard a reply that said, "Well, I may look old, but I'm not a grandpa." I didn't realize my mic was on the entire time, and a lot of people DM'd her, the private message on Zoom, to turn her mic off, and a lot of lol comment. I sat through the lecture nonetheless, but I was in cold sweat and apologized. It's been a year, but she has not recovered from it. I thought it was a mistake an undergraduate might do, but doing a PhD, I'm surprised I didn't get a warning letter. I still sweat when I still think about it, and I'm super embarrassed just typing
I
this
still
out.
sweat when I think about it.
Oh my
1 year
It's a
later,
medical condition, mate.
I'm still here and not being expelled, so I guess it's okay.
Oh my
Yes.
god.
Good job.
Well, that was...
I think
That's
laughter is
embarrassing.
the best medicine to that one. That's
Oh, yeah,
crack.
that's embarrassing,
My
but-
condolences. I love that you still get cold sweat to it. It's okay. It's okay.
It hurts. It hurts. Oh gosh. Okay. Anyway, sorry. Yes.
Well, thank you so much for submitting your embarrassing stories. We will revisit this conversation
I wanna revisit more,
in the
like,
future. I think there's so
more.
many things that we want
Everybody
to
has
tell and
embarrassing
share.
stories.
Everyone from the
man.
team needs to come on and share their stories.
wow, we should do a
Probably need
confessional.
to do a reenactment of the beat one as well. But last night on the Discord channel, on Thursday nights we stream games on 1-2 Juice, right?
Yeah.
Minghan and Jeremy were playing Roblox with some of the people.
Yeah. Roblox.
It wasn't just
First
any
time.
random Roblox,
Roblox.
like open map thing, right? You guys played a Squid Game
That's a skin theme.
recreation,
Yeah.
Yep.
right?
Yeah.
And Minghan, you won?
Yeah. I didn't
Twice.
win. I won twice,
Why?
guys. Like
Twice.
I.
That's
they-
crack.
people say it's hacked.
Or
I just say that's what
Rigged.
losers say to the
It's
winners. That's what I'm going to
That
say.
is what losers say to the winners. No
rigged.
joke, right? But I think the reason why... Yeah, sorry, go ahead.
People have witnessed the real power of probability versus the species of arcade players, claw machine players. It's just truly different odds at this point.
It's rigged. Guys, just comment rigged. Ming Han rigged the game. You can watch 1, 2 choose and watch what happened, but I think it's rigged.
I mean, you know, we will probably have complaints coming in from some of the players, but hey, it is what it is. I hope you guys had fun. Speaking about fun, I think it's two different things, right? Watching the Squid Games and having so much fun watching it, but actually being in the Squid Games might not be as fun as we make it out to be, especially when you have this little soundbite ringing over the speakers.
Okay.
That's crack. And if you guys know what that is, that's round 1 of the Squid Games. Green light, red light, with that incredibly creepy girl doll right at the tree. Guys, we're talking about all things Squid Games. If you have yet to watch the series and are planning to, spoiler warning ahead, we are stopping you here because we don't want to be bad people. We will be talking about each game of the Squid Games and the ending probably as well. So if you don't want to spoil it for yourself, tap out. We'll come back.
Don't listen to this.
We'll come back. Yeah, come back again after you watch it. Then it'll be more fun. But for everyone else, we're gonna assume that you guys are cultured. Like because last week, Jeremy and Ming-Han told me to watch it, and in the span of a week, I watched it. I watched it over the weekend, so it's on you to get caught up. All right, guys, let's jump right in. Sequence 1 of Squid Games, episode 1, minute I don't know where lah. First things first, the first game that leads you to Squid Games is Takji.
Yes.
All right.
No, wait. Your financial issues first.
That's not a game, bro. That's real life, yeah?
That's
real life.
That's life.
Okay?
Yeah,
so
at this point.
the prelims,
basically.
the prelims, that if you say yes to
poverty.
this, you may join the Squid Games. Takji, it's a Korean traditional game. Actually, we have a version of that in Malaysia as well, where you fold a square paper and you have two sides of it, and two people take turns throwing down the piece of paper, trying to flip it over with enough force. So Gong Yu is the one who is bringing you through prelims round 1. Jeremy and Ming-Han, what do you think your chances are winning some cash from Gong Yu or getting slapped in the face?
Y'all got see the TikTok trend, right? The Gong Yu TikTok trend. Do y'all see it?
Oh, it's like, give me the slap.
Everyone, there's like people making TikToks, right? Just like there's the casino background, me trying to get Gong Yu to slap me, that kind of thing.
And then like my ass.
Burning all their money and everything.
People are just thirsty on the internet, man. It's so bad.
That's absolutely mad. But I don't know.
Have you guys played that before?
No, not Dark G.
I've never played that in my life.
But guys, we have like the equivalent, right? We have like the frog paper one. We have like the rubber game run.
Yes,
we have
you got
different
the one
versions.
You have
to do that one.
Rubber.
Yeah. So and to be honest, it's really not easy.
It's quite a 50-50. Yeah.
It's really not easy.
It's not easy.
But if Gong Yu came up to me,
for each
why not,
round,
right?
For each round that the main character played, how much won did he win? 100,000 won, right?
100,000 won.
So that's about 200 to 300 ringgit. Okay, so each round you play, you get 300 ringgit if you win.
350 ringgit.
If you don't, you get slapped by Gong Yu. It's a win-win to me. It's really a win-win.
But it's a bit crazy because the main character plays through the night.
Yeah.
Like how many slaps do you want? And then literally until he forget, and when he won, he just wanted to slap him back.
It's like, I want to slap you back.
Until he forgot the purpose of the game. I quite like that. Right?
That's a good story writing.
Yeah.
Realistically, I don't think to be honest, I think everyone who plays this will get slapped first because it takes a while to understand the mechanic of the game, how much force, how much like the angle of it. So safe to say, we all sure cannot slap one.
Okay.
How much slaps you want? That's a different story. Let's say, and this is where things start to get crazy, right? We're in the Squid Games now. Okay, round 1. Green light, red light. Have you guys... were you guys good at this? Were you guys good at ice and water? Were you guys good at What is the Time, Mr. Wolf in growing up playing those games? Were you guys good at that?
Trash. I hate ice and water.
Why?
I will freeze and then I'm like, guys, I'm just not going to move my feet. I'm going to sit down, guys. I'm not going to stand and pretend like I'm frozen.
Musical chairs? Musical statues, sorry.
A bit hard lah.
It's hard. I'm not one to stand still, you know? What about you guys?
I'm good at Roblox.
Yeah. No, because I'm thinking like round one of the games, like when you go in, people there, like if you put yourself as a participant, right? They are thinking that, I just need to stop in my tracks, not freeze completely, right?
Yeah.
And I think that's the scary part because I see myself as one of those people like, I just stopped there, turn around, hey, you stop, you didn't stop, and then bam, I'm dead. You know?
But I think it's genius because it's the first game and it's based on the premise that no one knows what's going to happen. And the beauty of it is, this is a horrible, morbid beauty, right? It's like, you're not expecting people to die in front of you. And when that happens, it triggers a chain reaction and everyone dies. You know?
It's the herd mentality to get out, man.
Yeah, like I think the first game like weeds out the strong and the weak immediately, right? And if even if you didn't pass, you didn't get killed in the first game, the ones who run definitely wouldn't have passed any of the other games, like based on how scared they were, right? So I think that game, if I knew my life depended on it, I'm definitely okay to play that game. I'm definitely okay to play. Yeah.
Okay. So if you knew going in.
Fair enough.
I mean, if I didn't know, I'm not gonna freak out and run if I see someone get shot because they moved, man.
Correct.
Yeah.
I would just be more worried if someone behind me is trying to like sabo me, you know. And to be honest, I will be hiding behind people as well. Just saying, I'd have figured out what this Badoo does. And
But
then,
you see, right?
Yeah,
Jeremy, let's hear it, Jeremy.
Let's hear it.
The guns were not in front. If you saw the show, it was at the side.
Correct. And you couldn't see them.
Sure the technology would have accounted for people blocking themselves in front of people. Yeah, I feel like it would be very precise.
Not really, because like
you just need to block from the cameras.
Points.
Yeah.
Yes, correct.
You just needed to block yourself from the motion camera. But I wouldn't mind playing that game. I feel that if I lose in that game, majority is my fault. And I'm not causing someone else's death. You get what I mean?
Okay.
Yeah. So,
Fair.
I run on my own. I just get to the end and that's it. Yeah.
Okay. I think maybe to pick out some points here would be, I mean, it's every man for himself, this game, honestly. Like, you look at it, it's just like, it's on you, like how fast, how slow you move, right? But there was a moment when Ali reached out to save the main character. Would you guys take the risk to save somebody who's falling down? I'm going to be straight up honest. I probably wouldn't.
I don't have that arm strength, man. Let's just be honest.
Okay.
That is true. I don't have the arm strength to help
80,
someone.
90 kg. I can't see.
But if it was a lighter person, I might consider.
Consider.
Consider. The word is consider because I'm not in that situation, so I don't know how to like explain to you how I would react.
He would have. I mean, an imbalance on either side. Both of them would have died.
Yeah.
That's not a risk I want to take, man. Honestly.
But if you gotta go, you gotta go.
If you know,
I honestly think if you gotta think about it, and it's not within your nature to reflexively save someone's life like that, you're just not gonna do it. You know. I think it has to. Ali has to be some kind of super altruistic guy because even faced in death, he can take the risk like that instantaneously for people.
Yeah, it's nuts.
It's not something that comes normal to a lot of mammals. Just saying, you know, we run and hide literally.
It's
you know,
correct. It's I think what's crazy and why everyone was so like I don't know if the word is freaked out or shocked at the first game. Both for the participants and the people watching the show, right, was because it was a massacre of like it thinned the herd down by half, and people who couldn't think objectively were the victims of this. And I think that was like, correct, like I'll run.
Shot.
Yep.
Like it's mad now, you know. So round one, would we survive it? Let's vote among ourselves. Who would be most likely to die? Who would be most likely to survive? Let's name one.
I think we all can do it. I think all of us
this one really, all of us can survive.
We could do it.
Yeah.
Unless we couldn't get past the shock factor. Unless we could not get past the shock factor of someone dying in front of us.
Maybe. I can't say.
But you saw the footage already. In the show, it was pretty like bloody.
Yeah,
I think you would.
If you've never seen the show and you got put into it, and you saw someone getting and their brains flew out in front of you, you shit your pants.
I would say the lady who like got blood all over her face. Like,
that's just it. Can you imagine? It's like someone moved in front of you, they got shot, and their brains and guts got spilled on you. Would you be able to not move?
I cannot.
I feel that
I'll freak out, honestly.
yeah, that's the changing deciding factor.
I feel like I will be able to handle like the blood splatter. Okay, despite it morbid, but I'm not going to put my effort to stare at it. But however, I'm not going to be the one who will be running out
Yeah.
to the door.
Okay, so we got a bit of sense lah.
I think I would have the mental.
This us just being hopeful lah. If we're inside there, I have a feeling we'll just die straight up lah. Okay, guys. All right, so moving on to game number 2. Mingan, what was Honeycomb, Mingan?
Oh, so Honeycomb, my gosh, what a way to twist childhood. It was a very simple game. I think it was very interesting because right after that, people like jump straight to like, we need to figure out what the next game is, right? And this whole thing about the Honeycomb was like, oh, they all smelled sugar being cooked at night. And it was like, what in the world? Even as someone who was watching, you had no idea what it was going to be. But it ended up being like this small tray of hardened dalgona, right? It's like a melted sugar treat, right? And they would press a small imprint of like a shape. And the plot twist was you have to etch out that shape without cracking the shape. So you're allowed
It's not
to
really
like...
a plot twist lah. It's a Korean childhood game lah. So
I mean, the plot twist is you die lah. You know, the plot twist is if it cracks, you die. You know?
If you don't do it properly.
If you don't do it properly, right? So I think everyone was really just confused with what it was. And no one knew what the twist was until they realized that if you got the umbrella, you're dead. You're basically, the more complex the shape, within a certain amount of time, same amount of time you're given to like, you know, chip it out, you're dead. And I guess the winners were just those who successfully managed to chip out their shape without damaging it. And it was insane. Like, obviously, the more complicated shapes were tougher, but everyone got really creative. Like, some of them got creative, some of them just died. I personally think that this game, for a Malaysian, we figure it out. If it was me, I start biting the ends off immediately. I'm like, why would you be cracking this?
Yeah,
like,
correct. Why would you use your like the needle, right?
Yeah, you know, everyone was like using the needle.
I have so much more control. Oh,
no,
that's
they
what
don't care. They just gave you a needle.
Yeah.
And you just do what you need. Yeah, that's it.
Because it was a mixture. Like the needle is actually given for like accuracy and detail. So you don't like over crack. And that's why Ali was like, if you remember, he would try to like trade out and then he used his finger to break.
Yeah. He just started breaking it.
It's not that you must only use the needle. And that's why they got quite creative lah. I think one thing to probably like discuss here would be having that knowledge going into the game, like the second the side character Sang Woo, yeah, which is my favorite character. Like he knew what the game was, or he could figure out what the game was. And then I remember at that point of time, I was thinking his mentality would be maybe, oh, I don't really want to have this old man on my team, right? After round 2, which we'll talk about in a bit, right? And then after that, when the main character was like, oh, where should I go? Then he was just like, he called to the main character and like, hey, never mind. And he went to go for the triangle, which was like the easiest shape, right?
Yeah.
Would you have done the same? Would you have alerted other people? Again, with what's at stake, what do you think your thought process would have been?
Oh,
I'll be competitive, man. Like,
you'll be competitive, so you won't tell anybody.
No.
You tell everybody to go and do like the umbrella, right?
I won't tell everyone to do the umbrella, but I would not review anything. Like, go and choose what you want to choose. Because like honestly, at the end of the day, you want to be the winner, right? It really you come with the idea knowing that you'll win the games and win money if you win these 6 games. So
but
I mean,
also your alliance is important, ma. Don't you want to keep your friends alive until the end first?
not really, to be honest. Like
not really.
Yeah, because this is kind of a game where it's like you only you're only for your own self at this point. Like if you
yeah,
like the money is appealing, and you need to know that I need to have the mindset that I'm broke and like I'm nothing, you know. I've really nothing to lose at this point. Like these people are so I would say like I'm not gonna tell people to
okay.
I'm just gonna be competitive. You have to find your own solutions.
I think we can't really, unless we really put ourselves in the shoes of like, number one, we have nothing else to lose outside, right? We have literally nothing else to lose in the outside world. We are broke, and this is the best shot we've got to like repairing life, you know? I would think unless we are really in that place and we are like, We got nothing to lose in the outside world, and we got everything to gain to repair our lives. And it's a life and death game. To be honest, I don't think any of us will be thinking rationally at that point, especially if we just survived the first game and saw like literally everyone get killed. I don't think our first instinct is to like strategize and prioritize other people's lives, unless that's really a moral value that has been ingrained into you and trained. I honestly think, for me personally, if I am a bit certain about the person I am, number one, I will definitely be a lone wolf. Because number one is like, I don't want to inflict anything on you. I don't want to be responsible for anyone's death. But also at the same time, like, I don't want to potentially cause someone, or in that process of trying to help someone, I cause your death. I don't want to be part of that.
Wow.
So I think I would be like that. The few people who like keep to themselves, and I know already, because my biggest weakness will be like, we'll see in the following one, right? If there was a team game, that would be my biggest downfall if it involves life and death, and if I knew at the end of the day everyone's gonna die except me. That one would be my biggest thing, because I don't want to be mean to you. I don't want to help you, but I don't want to be mean to you.
Yeah,
I don't want to be mean to you, and I don't help you.
I won't like intentionally cause people to lose.
Yeah.
So if I keep to myself, am I doing anything wrong though? If you think about it, I'm not hurting anyone.
Exactly.
I'm just keeping it to myself.
This is the least of the evils. Correct.
Yeah.
Because if we got into a team, right? Can you imagine if we got into a team, right? And then the choice was made by me. Okay, guys, let's go to the umbrella one, because I think that's the best option. Wow, I just sentenced the whole team to their death, like that kind of thing. I'm not ready to be part of that, that kind of thing. So I honestly think if I was really in that situation, number one, none of these guys are my friends. They're literally going to be victims or the victor, right? And like realistically, I will not try and sacrifice someone, but I don't want to be helping you either in case it goes wrong. That's me in the life and death situation. Yeah.
Mingyu is looking at us judgmentally. So what about you? What would you do? Would you tell people, or will you what?
So with all team games, right, and even eliminations, there's always it's always important to identify alliances. It's always important. So you cannot like, for me, it's strategic alliances that bring you to the end. But how you ended up at the end is.
But here's the thing: up until the Honeycomb, right, there is no mention of team. So
of course. No.
Yeah.
So even at the start already, from the people, it's not about teams. At the start, where I'm grouping back and I see who is fighting among each other, who looks smart, who looks strong, right? I'll go and speak to them, suss them out, figure out who I want around me as my shield, and then I will tell them if I know about the game. So I want them to survive and bring forward to the next round. Because if you think about it, right, like shit happens like right after that game, right? But going off and coming back, right, per person's life, I did the math very fast when they told me like each player is worth how much, and then when like that's the total amount. To me, I was like, then I just start killing people now, like that. Instead of going through the games where I might die, I kill everyone now. I get the money. That was like my math immediately, right? And so how I would usually approach this, even if there's no money involved, even if there was no death involved, right? I always identify the weaker ones and the stronger ones, and then decide where to place myself in the mix. So I would probably share information that I knew with people that I wanted to see go with me to the next round, and maybe give false information to the people who I wouldn't want with me to the next round. But I'll make it vague. So then it's like, it's not on me. It's just like, oh, it's unlucky, bro.
Yeah, see, I can't bring myself to do that.
I cannot.
I can't bring myself to do that.
Cannot.
Like, no matter what, because I never want to give false information to anyone and potentially threaten someone's life. Like, that's just
Silence
me.
is golden.
Yeah. I would rather not help you than plant something that will specifically get you out of the game. Because to me also, I believe in probability, right? And immediately I would go for blend in and don't stand out. Because if you stand out as a strong one or a weak one or a scheming one, people instantly target you. And you know. That's why I would be a lone wolf and I just blend into somewhere first and observe. Yeah. But no,
okay.
Wow.
I don't want to like give people like, okay, I'm going to sabo this one first and then you die and see how it goes. Oh my gosh, no. Let's move on. We got a lot. We're not even past the second game. My gosh, let's go.
Okay.
Okay, so I think one good bookmark to put here is after the first game, if you guys watch it, clause number 3 states that if a majority of the players wish for a game to end, they can go back, right? And that's what happened after game 1 when everyone was freaked out, right? So everyone went home. Like there was a majority, I think just over 1 or 2, or just 1 actually. That everyone went home. The games was like cancelled, and everyone went home. But then there was an opportunity to go back again. And what was interesting for me was that 91% of those who left came back for round 2. My question is for both of you, right? Would you have gone back? Like, would that have been something you feel you would have done in that situation?
Okay. I'll be honest. I would not go back.
I won't go back. If I had
Because
the chance to
I feel
opt
like-
out and not be responsible, for people's lives.
Yeah, I would strive. I would strive to be better in my life.
Okay.
Like find a better job or like, grind my way, work my way somewhere up. But I feel like I wouldn't be able to take that mental torture, even though like I know that people in the show were really suffering, but I think I would do the smart thing and find a way out of it. Because I'm
After
pretty
you,
sure
after you saw the horrors of it.
yeah, horror
Yeah.
is horroring, yeah.
I think
Ming An?
after the first round and seeing that this actually has consequences on other people's life, I would not go back. I think that would be where I stand, because no matter what, I think money is money, and the whole concept that the makers of the game think that lives can be bought and traded, to me, I find that shrewd, and if I take part in that game, I agree with that mindset. So if I have the chance to opt out at the first round, I would. And then if you guys want to go back, that's on you. I'm out. I'll choose another path. Yeah. That's
Exactly.
Yeah.
What about you?
I agree with you. I agree on the condition that if I was the old man, I would go back as well. Like, not knowing that he was the big boss, right? If I was the old man, I would go in as well. Because honestly, like he said, he had no home to go to, he had no family, he was like out on the streets, he would have died, right? Just one for the road, man. Honestly, if you're at that age, you got a freaking brain
if at
tumor.
that age,
Like I would rock up and go. Man.
if that age, if that age really, I got nothing, really nothing, like no family, nobody to take care of. I'm alone in this world.
Yeah, but I think the more like considerable character would be the Sang-woo character. And again, it's honestly my favorite character in the whole show. If you guys were in debt, in trouble with the law, right, and you owed billions and millions to like companies and the government, would you go back? Because your eventuality and reality would be jail, right?
But
would you rather be in jail or have the fighting chance to?
But I think he can he made the choices that he could make because he was already suicidal at that point, right? So that's why so many of his choices look that way.
Yes, correct.
Right? But
Yes,
there's worrying if...
makes sense.
He attempted suicide, so...
Because if he doesn't even value his own life, he's not going to value anyone else's life at that point, at a certain degree, And that's why, like, even for but think about it, right?
That's a good point.
Even if I was the old man and I had terminal disease, I also personally would not choose to go back in because I might have not many days left, but the younger person might have, and I don't want to be a part of that. Taking that few days away from that person, right? But yeah, I think people need to realize that Sang-woo literally has nothing to lose, and he does not want to continue with life. That's why he's in that game, and in his mind, statistically, that game and dying in that game is better than committing suicide outside.
Same already.
That's pretty much it.
Correct.
So that's the choice that they get. That was really interesting. The majority out. Yeah.
Which brings us to the most devastating game, right? Where Sang-woo really showed his colors. Game 3 was marbles and
Tug of war.
Tug of war.
Oh,
Please,
sorry,
tug
tug
of
of
war.
Oh yeah, sorry. Game 3 was tug of war. I think this is straight up a bit of an underdog.
Luck already, yeah. It's
Luck already lah.
It's luck already.
Like that strat was a bit pocket strat lah. Like, from where one this one?
a bit sasa. But
A bit sus.
Yeah.
So
Good luck.
I don't think it's up to us to see if we will win. It depends on the teams I would say.
yeah. So
So a bit hard to say because I would probably do the same. I would get a variety of like smart, strong, you know. And then those who got just like the big guys, then they won the lah. So whatever.
Okay.
Game 3, thanks. If we die, we die lah. No shame here.
Actually, it's great if you die in that one because you just fall and then it's over. You don't even, there's no pain. Boom, you just...
Unless
we don't
you
know
were
that.
that guy who survived.
Yeah, and if you survive the
Remember
fall,
there was a guy?
Oh.
Remember there was a
if
guy
you
who
don't
survived
die,
the fall?
they chop you up alive. Just saying, you know.
Yeah, that's nuts. Dude.
So
That's
I'd rather get the
crazy.
bullet instead of like fall to my death.
I'd rather get the bullet to the head.
Oh my god.
Okay. Let's
Wow,
go.
this
Let's
is
move
quite
on.
correct. Okay. Next one is marbles. This is the one I was saying that Sang-woo show his true colors. Marbles required each participant, all the participants, to get up in pairs of twos. And at this point, people were thinking that, you know, if it's a duo, I need to get somebody I trust, someone I can win together to move to the next round. What they didn't realize was that marbles required you to go head to head with the person that you selected, and only one would come out alive. So everyone gets 10 marbles, and then after that, you can play any game you want as long as a winner or a loser is determined at the end of 10 minutes. And this one was, I think, the most emotional episode for everybody because there were the girls, there was the old man and the main character, and then the Sang-woo and Ali, and this just F me up big time.
Yeah, it's rough.
Who would you have been in this spectrum?
Honest to goodness.
So I feel...
Honest to goodness, man.
You feel what, Jeremy? Jeremy, go for it.
What would you do? You go first, Minghan.
I think I would be the
Honest
guy.
to goodness, you said.
Honest to goodness, I think I would have been the guy who picked the old man.
Okay.
I
Are
rather...
you serious?
Yeah, because
yeah,
to
actually,
me,
yeah.
in my head,
Makes sense.
if I didn't know that it was going to be a marbles game, I'd rather go down trying to help someone instead of going down not helping anyone at all. And he had no one to partner.
No burst, yeah, yo.
And because you're going to die,
You make a
I'd
really
rather
good point.
I'd rather die a noble death than have my life count for nothing at that point, you know? So I think that's the twist lah. And the worst part is I did choose the old man, I'll be having hell playing the marbles with the old man, I tell you that. I can't. I would have put myself into a horrible spot, you know? So it's either that or I go for the other lone wolves who I have no connection with. Then that's it. Yeah.
No, but the thing is, at this point, you wouldn't have, you would go with the friends that you make.
That's true lah.
No,
after the
actually,
tug of war. After the
I
tug
would-
of war, yes.
Yeah.
No. You said something because you remember everyone had partners except the old man, right?
Yeah.
And I mean the other lady, but the old man is there. And then if you think about it, you want to help that guy. But if I'm playing the marbles game and I found out it's one of us that's gonna win, I would say like I'll be evil like the main character. Because you think about it,
you will bluff the old man lah.
yeah, I'll bluff the old man because I won't
He's
feel
gonna
as
die
bad.
anyway.
Yeah, he's an old man.
You see this
he has
bad.
nothing
You
to
see,
live.
look at what we're doing now. We're justifying who deserves to live, you know. That's bad, Jeremy.
Yeah, no, I can't do that. I would just pick the old man. I would agree on a game with him, and if I die, I die, and that's it. I think that would be for me. Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like I understood his because I was watching a bunch of friends and they were all like, oh my god, like what would he do? Like, and then we were asking ourselves, what would we do in that situation? Then I was thinking also like, in one hand, like it's ought to be like the case where you gotta have to like sacrifice someone. Like it's already every man for himself already, because that's what I feel like. I mean, justifying someone's death is not great, but like it's your life though.
I would have
you want to live.
your tug of war in
I
your
would
head,
have
bro.
I would have honestly done what the two girls did. I would say I don't play
Yes.
games. All right?
Yeah.
They just choose a
Correct.
stupid, simple game that's up to choice.
Yeah.
And let's go
like
for
flip
it.
a coin or something, right?
Yep.
Yes.
I would just do that.
Like,
because
I foresee. Yeah.
you foresee,
You
right? You
foresee?
foresee?
I foresee like depending like how I'm feeling there, I will either be again Sang-woo or the girls. Like depends who I pair up with as well. Like if it's like, you know,
Best
if
friends
it's-
forever.
yeah, like best friend forever, like you're like you no, I feel there's a degree of like you just surrender already. Like the girls were okay to surrender. They were like, you know what, let's just it is what it is. It's 50-50. We play one game, we just die. Whoever loses just die, right? And I love that. I think that's so like it's so beautiful because you don't have to like, you know, try to fight each other over it. You could, like what everyone else was doing, but you didn't. So that's one. But I also think, right, depending on where I'm at in life, I told Minghan this last week when we having dinner together. I said, Minghan, the Marvel game, I honestly think I would have been Sang-woo and do exactly what he did to Ali.
That's rough.
That one
Because,
I feel
like-
is mean. That's rough.
Yeah.
No, yeah, I know it's mean, bro.
It's worse
Like-
than me, eh. I
like,
at least
because-
like old man, eh. Just you was like
If you're in a situation, right, like to me, when Sang-woo did it, right, I didn't feel like, oh my god, he's evil. To me, it's like, ayo, so sad Ali's gonna die. Like that was my thought process.
Well, that's worrying at this
thought it was-
point.
yeah,
Because
that's
I
worrying.
understood.
That's
Because I
worrying.
understood where he was coming from.
I
Like
don't
the
understand where
desperation,
he's
right?
coming
Wow.
from at all.
Yeah.
Because that
I
was
don't. I don't.
because
That's evil.
yeah, because Sang-woo already was
Because
suicidal
someone
at
to
a certain
pass
point.
you.
No, and it's not just that.
If he
Not
trusts
just
you
that.
some more, right? It's bad, lah.
Not just that. Ali gave Sang-woo a chance, and I feel that was the biggest betrayal because
Yeah.
Ali was going to win, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Sang-woo took that
Yeah.
advantage. But the thing is this also. I also believe that Sang-woo specifically chose Ali because of two things. Because number one, if it was a physical
did
game,
always have
he
an upper
knew
hand to him, yes.
he knew that
Yes.
he would. But the second one is also, I think Sang-woo is a classist character, an elitist character. If he had to,
Yes.
he dispose
Oh, yes,
of someone,
yes.
that's why he chose the. And you know, it's a cultural
It's the
thing in
easiest for him,
Korea,
right?
right? I think that
Yeah.
was what he would feel the least guilty about, and I feel that's really messed
I
up.
agree.
So, do
That's
I
messed
feel
up,
what he
yeah.
did was right? No, but was he a very
It's
big
not right, yeah,
strategy?
definitely.
He's all about strategy in the game, and I think the scary
Correct,
part
correct.
is, like, I mean, we talked about it before, right? He got absolutely no concern for people's life because
regret.
he doesn't even care about
Yeah.
his until
Yeah.
it's about yours and his, and of course, his is more important. And
Yes.
that's it. Yeah,
Yes.
My
I agree.
gosh.
And I think he's gotten to a point where he was desensitized also by the whole thing, right? So then when it was his time to play his cards and what he did to with the bag of pebbles, that was crack, man. But I was like, wow, shucks.
The
Humans
Pebbles
are
one,
next
I saw
level.
it coming already lah. The minute he did the Pebbles one, I'm like, wow, this
correct.
this joyous guy.
Uchi
Oh
Mama,
my
this
gosh,
one.
that's
Oh my
really good. That's a horrible betrayal.
And then after that, we've got Glass Stepping Stone and the Squid Game. Honestly, I feel the Glass Stepping Stone is really chance and it's luck on which order of number you choose. So I feel like we don't really need to comment on this one. Okay, maybe maybe the only thing to comment is what number would you have chosen, not knowing the game ahead?
I would have picked middle.
Middle, right?
Yeah, like somewhere far end middle, like after the.
Same.
I
I would
wouldn't.
go
I would-
six above.
I would have tried to pick as middle as possible at that point. Yeah.
Mm.
Because we would never known.
In general, correct. In general, in life, I always feel the middle is safe. Like even they said also, right? Like it's safer to be in the middle. Because I always believe in learning from example. So
Yeah.
if the last or the first go first, right? Then it's like, oh, I know what's gonna come. I can try it out. So I do respect people who go and just take one and like I want to be the first one. Congrats, good
Yeah.
job.
Okay, let's move
that
on.
one is good. Squid Game,
That's it.
a bit hard to say also. The only other thing I wanted to talk about was that moment in the games when people realized that a death equated money. Remember that moment after Honeycomb, right? Then they killed somebody inside the dorm area. And then the screen changed, the money came down. I think that was a big moment for the entire series because people suddenly realized that I could save my life by thinning down the herd right now. And then that night, remember, like they started killing each other already. What would your strat be when something like that happens?
So that's why you don't make any alliance. Like you can make alliances, I guess. Like they always after those nights they started to have people awake to watch. Their alliance. I guess that's decent enough. But I feel like if you put yourself out there, then that's why people will go after you. Because there are so many other people that didn't die. They didn't just kill random people. They killed like it was jabbing at each other. Like I feel like those two, I don't know. I just feel that it could have been avoided if you just not cause any ruckus.
But I think it was intentional.
Interesting mindset.
They set it
Yeah,
up.
it was,
right?
it was.
They set the fight up.
was,
They
yeah.
wanted people to know that at a certain point, even if you died outside the game, it still counts for cash, right? I think that's mad.
I know. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that messes me up. I hate that kind of situations because I hate doing alliances, I especially in situations like that. And I don't trust alliances in a situation like that. Like I don't trust strangers like to defend
I
my
agree.
back.
Yeah.
Right? That's why also to me personally, I feel like the lone wolf technique works. I would just run into a corner and wait. like no one will be able to
Yeah.
see me
Yeah.
because the lights are all off, right? I don't hurt anyone unless you're coming for my ass, then I might do something to you. And that's it. But that really changed the game. I feel that taking that part out of the game list, right, that we're talking about, the trust factor is gone, right? And
nuts.
everyone
Yeah, I
had to
agree.
play, everyone had to play without trust per se for the majority of the games. It was after the Honeycomb, right? Was it after the Honeycomb?
So
Or-
yeah, that was like
Yeah.
after Honeycomb, everyone came back just as they were eating. Then not enough food. Then shit erupted.
yeah. And
Yeah.
it was
Like,
intense.
Up to that point, people were still sleeping. You know. After that, there's no sleep for anybody after that. You know. I think that was quite interesting.
Yep.
Oh my goodness.
I will hide under the bed. Like,
You would hide under the bed.
yeah. Because like if you think about it, right, if you were hidden from sight, they won't
Yeah.
like
Correct.
they will go you
People
will go
won't
for
be
the
looking
crowd.
under the bed, lah. Correct.
Yeah. People will be more like at the people in the middle area fighting. So I feel if you hide, right, then you'll survive.
I agree. I probably would have done the same as well. I mean, my other option was to form an alliance and then let them fight, and then I go to the corner. That was the other one. Yeah.
But you have to protect, like you have to stand for your alliance, you know what I'm saying? Then you have extra job, you can't sleep, those kind of things. You're adding more responsibilities on yourself when it's not needed. Because I feel like for some of the alliances don't go after, like that's the groups, right? They won't go at each other. Like they only go at each other because they provoked each other. But if you don't provoke anybody, then there's no point. Like some of the alliances don't even give any like shit about you. But that's what I think.
The dangerous
point,
part
good
of that game is when if you had stood out before that point, that would be the worrying part for anyone who has stood out. To thin the herd even more.
That's unfortunate then. That's on you.
So, and I feel that's crazy because after the marbles and they go into the glass stepping stone, and I know we skimmed over it, but I felt it was really interesting that they particularly mentioned that each glass can support 2 people. That means technically numbers didn't matter. It just mattered who can control people. That's it. You know? Like remember when the guy went in front and said, I don't want to
go
move.
front, who would?
Right?
Yes.
So
yes.
And it all played together and I was actually very curious to see like will more than one person survive the Squid Game, because probability wise it should have been a lot more than 1 or 3 people, right? But no, people got itchy and started killing each other as well inside the stepping game. And actually if you think about it, right, the Squid Game is like just pure strength at the point and slugging it out. You could just kill people. You didn't have to.
Yeah, it's not even about the game anymore.
It's not about the game.
Yeah.
They freaking gave everyone a knife. Yeah, because at the end of the day, the organizers just showed you like we just actually want to kill you guys to kill each other. That's it. Here's a knife. It doesn't matter if you go out of the ring, you just kill each other. It's fine. You know? Then that's mad, I feel. So
and the show, I think it's a different situation because they were friends.
Yeah, definitely.
So that's why I think the mentality doesn't go up to like, oh, I just want to kill you because I want to win. I feel like if the tables were turned to like 2 random people who don't know each other fighting it out, I think then maybe things would have been different.
Yeah.
But I think like after the scenario, I'll be angry at Sang-woo because he killed the girl because she survived.
Yeah.
Correct.
I think I would have been angry.
Yes. I think that would definitely contribute to the intention to hurt him as well in the final game.
But
so that's why it was quite nice to see that Sang-woo was okay to kill his friend, but his friend wanted to kill Sang-woo because of the revenge. Yeah.
But you can see also like
Yeah,
Sang-woo also knew that if his friend won, he would opt out. Because Sang-woo wouldn't want to die as well, right? So if you at that point chose the vote to stop the game, he would have stopped the game. And Sang-woo, even in his death, I think the redeeming factor was he didn't want his friends, all of their lives to be for nothing, and he in the end committed suicide. So I think that was the noblest death so far lah. Like I mean, not really noble lah. He did not mess up things lah, to be honest.
I mean, it was nice that he killed himself lah.
Yeah, it was
It
convenient.
was the right thing to do at that point already because.
Yeah, but
It's
I mean,
rough lah. I mean,
we talk about this like this, but we're not in the game. We are not experiencing near-death situations. What do we know?
Yeah.
You know, it's
correct. I
it's just a show.
think like all the answers we gave today would be different if we were actually in the situation.
Okay, wait. I should have asked one question before we wrap up, right?
Right.
Would we, who in our team, like in our own team,
Oh dear.
Don't make
survive.
us say it, bro. Oh, who was survivor?
yeah, who would like survive all the way to the end? Who do you think have that strength, that charisma, and that like energy to make it all the way to game 6? Or maybe even win?
I think Graham will have a high chance. Remember when we were playing that party game, right? He was acing most of the games.
That's just video games.
Okay.
I think we all die.
Video games are hard to say.
I think our whole team will die.
You all die.
We all die.
No. It's not whole team will die. If we played against each other, who will win?
Oh, okay. That's a different question. But okay. Well, that's hard actually. I feel like Desmond might have the manpower.
Okay.
And the willpower to survive.
No, the marble game
maybe
will
he
kill
might be
Desmond.
the one who.
No, the marble game will kill Desmond. I just think so.
Okay. That's his only shortfall.
I think it will be
if you
between.
take away the.
Yeah, I think it's going to be between Mingyu or Brian. I'll say that first.
Oh, okay.
I cannot.
Why?
Because I think they are both set up for this kind of strategies. In terms of like if we had to die, if we really had to die and you got nothing to lose, you know, I would say that to be honest the ones that got too much to lose usually will die one. You know, the ones that got nothing to lose, right? They in any circumstance they are in the best situation to play. You know, like I'm not saying they got nothing to lose but I feel like in terms of who will die first, definitely Desmond and me will die first, 100%. I think Caleb will die the earliest, and Jemson and Caleb probably the earliest deaths at this point. But it's hard to say. It's hard to say. Really, it's hard to say. Yeah.
Actually, I would say after this whole podcast that we've gone through, it shows that Mingyu's like willpower and like mental like planning, right, would lead to his like eventual win. Just the things that he's willing to forgo.
It's not.
Follow. I mean,
I try to understand the person. That's why. But okay, Jeremy, who do you think would be the winners if we played in our team? We should so bad we are saying this.
After I was like Desmond had a lot though. I feel like it's just the marble game that he's lacking.
Desmond is very soft heart one. Desmond and Caleb, if you know how to press them they're Ali bro. No joke.
To be honest, right, I wouldn't be able to say anything also because it comes down to the draw of the tug of war. Anyone on the wrong team or tug of war, that's it for them, you know. So we can't really say who will win.
Man.
That's not a lot of luck lah. He's a lot of luck also lah.
Like you talk about the production studio crew versus the editors. Guess who's gonna die for tug of war? Okay, let me just put it right there.
Production.
You know?
Is it the editors?
Editors will win. Editors will win. They will be smart.
So that's it. Yeah.
Okay.
I think it will underdog. I feel Vivian would have a good chance of winning this shit.
Oh yeah. Oh.
Vivian and like Bella and Soph, like these girls are smart, man.
I think if you had a smackdown on the Squid Game,
Vivian's personality, I think, will lead her to win.
I think if you gave them three knives,
Soph and Bella are a bit more open, right?
No. You gave three of them knives and you put them in the Squid Game at the end. I think Soph gonna die first. Number one. Bella and Vivian are gonna have the stabbing match of their life. Okay, I'm just gonna say that first.
Why Soph die first?
I don't know. Looking at Bella and Vivian, they're like, let's ace this girl first, maybe, and then we go talk about things. You know, I don't know. I'm just making this up as I go along.
That.
I can't tell.
We probably need to play a version of this in the studio. Of course, no deaths. Yeah, no deaths.
Oh my
but
gosh.
okay, final question before we move on. There's a lot of shows with survival games at stake. There are Japanese versions, there are American versions, there are horror movies of this, right? I think we don't want to compare this too much to something that people may not have seen, but I think more familiar ones would be something like the Hunger Games, right? Where you're put into a games where you have to kill to survive the round. Would you rather be in Hunger Games or Squid Games?
Squid Games, 100%.
Squid Games for me.
Because I don't have to kill people. I don't have the
later on you would have to lah.
Later on I would have to, but will I get there though? That's
correct. I like that. Mika, which one will you take?
Realistic.
Hunger Games or Squid Games, man?
100% Hunger Games. Like if you gave me that goal, Squid Games, I don't like mind games. I don't like betrayals and trust. I rather just
so you were straight up
hunger. Like give me the bow and arrow. I'm out for this shit. You need me to kill people. You need me to die. Let's go and do it. That's it. I'm a goal focused.
I have to say that's actually quite. And also better chances than 420
better chances
people.
Because it's not just that you need to kill people all the time. Hunger Games had mad stuff in their mazes that will automatically kill you if you're stupid, right?
Correct.
I'm
Correct.
okay
It's
with that.
survival also.
Yeah, it's survival.
But I'm gonna say back
Jeremy,
to
you
the
change
nature
your-
thing.
Ah.
I
Yeah,
cannot
no,
with
Hunger
nature.
Games, Jeremy probably the first to die. I'm gonna say that. Yeah,
I will be dead. I will die
Yeah,
first.
just-
Really, I
I
have no
love the
survival
honesty.
skills.
Yeah,
Honestly,
yeah.
I'm gonna die first. The monsters are gonna ravage me. I won't be able to get any guns. I don't think I look presentable enough like Katniss Everdeen to get a sponsor also. So put that all together.
I like how that's what
and
you're
gonna
thinking about.
Yeah, it's about the sponsors also. The sponsors gotta
That's
sponsor
true,
you
that's
to
true.
get
It's
guns
about the
and
sponsors.
weapons.
It's
So,
true, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh
It's
my
true.
gosh.
Quick game it is.
Initially, I was thinking of Squid Games, but then now after what Megan said, I think I also go Hunger Games.
Oh.
Because lesser people, higher chances, right? And if you're dead, then you're dead lah. I mean, you can't run both, so you die. But that's honestly that's it, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this
Oh, good
week's
Lord.
podcast. It's a bit of a different one. This is, I think, our first time we've dived so deep into a piece of media or content. To talk about this is like the ups and downs of it, and not so much of whether it was a good show, more of like what would it be like if we were actually there. And I think, if there are more shows like this, let us know. We'll talk about it. Hope you guys had fun watching this one. This week's song suggestion recommendation is one by Chan, Shirt, and Giwon. This one's called Sunrise, and it sounds like this. It's quite a bop. It's like a very popsy band Korean thing. I quite like it. So if you guys want to add this to your playlist, it's from your boys at the takeaway table, right? Oh my goodness, guys! Thank you so much for being because one of our more engaging podcasts, I feel, among each other. It's 1 hour. We'll probably cut this down. But if you guys want to get caught up with all the latest episodes of the Tabletop Podcast, we're available on Spotify, YouTube, and Apple Podcasts, so you can check us out there. And if you want to join us at the Discord Takeaway Table, community, you can join us at discord.gg/takeaway table. That's discord.gg/takeaway table. We're 2,000 strong and we're growing. If you guys want to, play Roblox with Ming Han and Jeremy and test your luck and see how good you are against them, come and join us. We might play it again.
Test me. Don't test me, guys. You all die.
Don't test him.
Okay,
But I hope you
rigor,
guys, I hope you guys are safe and staying safe as things are opening up. Just get used to it, guys. It's the new normal.
Yeah,
It's the new normal.
stay safe.
We'll see you guys in the next one.
Bye bye,
Peace out.
guys.